Hello friends, welcome to my channel Swapnil Facts Education and Art and Craft. Today I am going to discuss with you all about integers. This is my number system part 4 series. If you have not seen my part 1, part 2, part 3 videos, then I have given the link in the description given below. So without any further ado, let's get started. Integers. All the set of whole numbers with its negatives form a new number system known as integers. Okay, so you know that these are integers. So have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So excluding this part, you can see that from here we have a set of whole numbers. But have you ever wondered what numbers come before 0 or smaller than 0? So those numbers are negatives of whole numbers. So -1, -2, -3, -4, and this all whole set, all negative numbers, positive numbers and 0 becomes integers. You need to note that doing operation on integers like we do operations on numbers becomes a little tricky when you operate with negative integers. So this says that when we do operation of integers, it is similar to how we add whole numbers, natural numbers, but it becomes a little bit tricky when you add some positive number with a negative number or negative number with a negative number. Oh, and let me tell you something. So from this 1 till infinity is called, till positive infinity is called positive integers. From -1 to negative infinity is called negative integers, and 0 is neither positive nor negative integers. I hope that this is clear now. Now, how do you locate integers on a number line? Let's see. So, this is the number line of integers, as you can see. So here, let's see some examples. Plot 5 on a number line. So you need to draw this number line and plot 5 like this, right? Now, plot -52 on number line. Sorry, it will be -5. Okay, plot -52 on number line. How do you plot? Will you write from 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3 and so on and so on? No. Sorry. We will do something like this. You will write somewhere in the middle from say 50, then 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57 and dot dot dot. You will put dots here and dots there so that you prove that this and this side goes infinity, and then encircle 52 where you can see. Now before we move on to operations on integers, let's see the additive identity. So additive identity for integers, for addition it will be 4 and subtraction is 0. When we add or subtract any number by 0, we get the same number. Okay? So if we add or subtract any number with 0, we get the same integer. Let's see some examples. So let's take some numbers. Okay, so here I have taken some numbers. They are -4, 0, 6 and 100. Okay. Now let's add and subtract 0. So when we add 0, we get -4. When we add 0, we get 0. When we add 0, we get 6. And when we add 0, we get -100. Okay. Now let's subtract 0 from here. Let's subtract 0. So as you can see, we also get the same number, right? that is -4, 0, 6 and -100. So this proves that 0 is the additive identity for all integers. Additive identity means that when you add or subtract with a particular number, say n, then the resulting integer will also be the same number. In this case, the additive identity is 0. Now, let's see the addition of integers. So, you need to know this table while doing addition of integers. So, let me explain this table. Say if integer 1 is negative and integer 2 is negative, then you should do addition and the answer will be negative. So, if you take two negative integers and add them, you will take the minus common and then take the two numbers and add as you did in whole numbers. Then you write the answer and put a negative sign before it. Now, say if you add one negative integer and a positive integer, you will do subtraction. And what will be the sign of it? So, say the negative integer has 2, say -2, and positive integer has 4 in it. Okay? So, you will notice that when you add, you will get 2. When you subtract, sorry. But what will be the sign? I have written here greater integer. So as you know that you just need to ignore the signs and then compare. So as you know that 4 is a greater number than 0, sorry, my 2. So as the 4 has positive sign in it, so the solution will have +2, so which means it is +2. Let's see another. This is also similar like this, just I have reversed the operations. Okay, so let's say the positive integer is 2 and the negative integer is -4. Then when you subtract them, you get 2, but what will be the sign? As you know that 4 is the greater integer, by ignoring these two signs, positive and negative, then we will get to know that. So we will put the sign of the greater integer, that is -2. Now positive integer and positive integer, you will do addition and the answer will be addition. Sorry. And you know this because this is the part of whole numbers and you have learnt already about whole numbers addition. Now let's see some examples of addition of integers on number line. So here this is a number line, although my number line is not good here, but although it is a number line. Okay, now let's write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and so on. Similarly, you need to fill it like this: -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on and so forth like this. Okay, now let's add 6 and 6. Let's see plus and plus. So 6, sorry, no 6. Wait a second. Let's add 2 and 5. As you know the addition of whole numbers, so 5 plus 2 gives 7. Now let's take 2. Now let's jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did 5 jumps and I landed on 7, which is the same answer as you can see. Okay, Now let's take another example. Let's take minus 3 and add minus 2. Now what would you get? So remember one thing, when you add something, some integer with a negative integer, you need to jump towards the left. So let's take minus 3. Okay, now let's jump to minus 2 times towards the left. 1 2, so we landed on minus 5. And now let's take minus common, and 3 plus 2 gives 5, and put a negative sign as minus and minus. So these two answers are also same, right? Now let's take another example. Say minus 6 and add it with, say, 6. Then what would you get? Take minus 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. You landed on 0. Or if you went from 0 to minus 6, you would get minus 6. Oh, sorry, if you get from 6 to minus 6, you would get 0 only. 6 jumps to the left. Okay, so it results in 0. So 6 is the additive inverse of minus 6. You will learn about additive inverse. I will explain that. Okay, so as I have explained already that minus and plus addition, so you don't need to learn that now. So let's move on to the additive inverse. So additive inverse. So additive inverse. As I was saying that it will be inverse. As I was saying that additive inverse, when you add a number with its additive inverse, you get 0. So this is additive inverse is the negative of a number. When we add a number with its additive inverse, we get 0. So additive inverse is also known as the negative of a number. Let me give you a short trick. When you don't have a negative sign, then add 1, and if you have a negative sign, then remove it. That will be the additive inverse. Or you can just simply add a negative sign to the number. That's it. No need to remove or add. No need to remove. Let's see. Let's take the additive inverse of minus 2 and 6. So as I said, when you don't have negative sign, then add a negative sign. So 6 has no minus, so it will be minus 6, and 2 has minus, so it will be 2. Now if you want to be a little bit complex, then take minus 2 in bracket, and then as you know that here is a plus sign, so add a negative sign. Now you cut this, you get 2, right? Say similarly for 6, if you know plus 6 and minus, plus minus gives minus, so it will be minus 6. You will know about the simplification in my next video, in that multiplication part. So let's move on to subtraction. So for subtraction, to subtract two integers, take the additive inverse of the second number and then add the two numbers. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, so let's subtract minus 2 minus of 6. So take the additive inverse of 6, that is minus 2, and put a plus sign before taking the additive inverse. Now take the additive inverse of 6, that is minus 6, and now add them. You get 6 and 2, which is 8, and put a minus sign. Okay, so as I have explained addition on number line, so you don't need to learn about subtraction on number line. Okay, now let's take another example. Say 6 minus 4, no 4 not, let's take 9. So 6 plus of minus 9, you get 3, that is minus 3, right? So in whole numbers, as I have said, that how will you subtract a smaller number from a bigger number from a smaller number? So this is how it is. This is related to integers. Now, as you have learnt about subtraction, let us see another example. Let's say minus 2 plus 6 minus of minus 3. Okay, so as you have known the Bodmas rule, BODMAS. So B means bracket, O means of, D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Now, so we need to do addition first here. Let's do. Minus 2 plus 6 gives 4 and sign is positive. Then 4 minus of minus 3, which you will get as by taking the additive inverse 4 plus 3, which gives 7. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and you have understood subtraction of integers. And here we came to the end of this video. And if you have not seen my part 1, 2 and 3 number system series, as I have said earlier, I have given the link in the description given below. So here we came to the end of this video. That will be all for today. Thank you.